Hello, good evening, and welcome to Learning Netrunner with Team Squared. I'm the Ashes Cycle, and I'm Mark, aka MCG. And I've just eaten far too much food for dinner. I'm feeling quite lethargic. But who are these other people, and what have they overindulged in recently?
Sharon, do you want to go?
Yes, I guess so. Hi, I'm Sharon, and I had my dinner of a lovely lasagna very early today at 4 o'clock, and then I started an online wine tasting. And I guess that is a little bit indulgent for a Tuesday, but it's been fun.
Yeah, okay.
Indulgence okay. Overindulging is the concern.
Overindulging?
I mean, let's see how much wine you get through today, and then we'll review.
Yeah, when you say a wine tasting, you're talking like little bottles, but lots of them, or are you just saying I'm tasting a wine and I've got a 3 litre bottle to get through? It's just the one wine I'm tasting, but I'm tasting a lot of it. Yeah.
Got to make sure what my notes say.
Sure. Let me try this one again. Yeah. Hi, my name's Dave, and I recently overindulged on purchasing magic cards. Lots of magic cards, like the sort that they hunt.
Stream. This is the Netrunner stream, not
Sorry,
the Magic stream.
I can't overindulge on Netrunner cards, otherwise I just have too many copies of everything. Though, like fortunately, Netrunner seems to be excellent for not hunting whales.
You have too many copies of Sure Gamble. I've got about 21, so
900 Maker's Eyes, and yeah, all the diesel you can drink.
I would like to amend my answer to your question.
What is the ground for your appeal?
There's no appeal, it's just a request. And because I have a more appropriate answer. I'm Sharon, and I've recently indulged in frivolous purchases at Costco online.
Costco? Just
Including,
like discount bundles of junk?
12 large cartons of passata, which I actually only put on as a joke, but then I forgot to take them off.
What? What? You bought joke tomato paste? What?
What is it? Tomato paste or tomato juice?
It's both.
It's passata, so it's in the middle.
They sieve tomatoes through a big old sieve, grind it all up, and there you go, passata. It's a good base for your sauces.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is pretty good.
I have a lot of washing up tabs as well, and it just brings me joy.
Can a household have too many washing up tabs and passata?
I mean, if any household was going to, it would be Sharon's.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For sure.
I live in such a small flat. I really can't do this.
You haven't got space for that much passata.
Right next to me in the living room.
It's the most middle class overindulgence. Too much passata, darling.
We have to put passata under the quinoa.
Well, guess what a lot of our meals this coming week are going to involve?
Passata's good and smooth. Yeah, maybe bathing in it is good for your skin.
What's this for breakfast? Oh, it's just breakfast gazpacho.
What else can I do with these tomatoes?
What's for drinks tonight, Sharon? Bloody Mary.
On that front, I have ordered my food for this evening, and it includes a double Jack Daniels and Coca-Cola slushy, because whilst I am an adult, I am also a fucking child. So
I don't think slushies have an age limit, apart from alcoholic ones, in which case I've got a lower one.
Yeah, they should have a bottom age limit. Yeah. Right, my decks.
Any age as long as it's semi-frozen.
Sure, frozen margaritas are cool for kids.
Not to stand up in court.
Yeah. So my decks this week I had mostly built last week, and I had mostly built them last week because one of them is an old deck that I rehashed with a couple of new cards. And the other one, the criminal one, I built last week because I wasn't sure I would have enough time to build it in the last couple of days. So I've completely forgotten what's in it. I'm fairly certain it was based on the annoying Mark by putting one of everything in it. So
Yes. Yes. But also, were we meant to build 2 decks?
well, I mean, I've got to fight against something, right? I can't go.
But
I can't go
it's not-
criminal against criminal.
Homework specifically for today was just a criminal deck, but you do have to have a court deck available on which to play.
I've got at least 11 court decks available.
Oh, you've still got the techie ones from Sunday that the Wednesday crowd may not have seen if they've not.
Oh, the casual.
Of course.
Oh, the stream just paused. 1 second. Hello? Can anybody hear me? Are we coming through again? Okay. The KBs per second has just gone up again. We don't look entirely horrible.
Internet.
Yeah, I don't know what's eaten that bit of internet for a second, but it got absolutely munched. I'm just going to make sure I'm not running anything that would eat it at the moment. Looks like it should be okay. Yeah, I should be okay. I'm not. Steam is still open.
Normal emojis on Twitch, and by normal, the ones that are on my phone.
Here we go. Okay, because they've got their own.
They've got their own, but also they want to try and entice you to subscribe, so you will earn the emojis of the person you subscribe to.
Wait, so we could have our own emojis?
Yeah.
If we were affiliates or higher, I believe so, yes. But who would
Gonna be
subscribe
pumping
to
up
a
this
Sharan?
spares.
Also, I'm fairly certain that you can put in emojis. It's just you have to be fly to do it.
Right, so I'm back with what they've got then.
Yeah. If you press Windows key and full stop, Windows key and the period key, you get an Emoji Keyboard. So you learn not only stuff. Not only do you learn stuff about Netrunner on this stream, you also learn how to use your PC. Yeah.
Well, I'll give it that we learn things about PCs. I'm not convinced anyone knows anything about Netrunner off this stream.
Fair enough.
Right.
On that note, shall we get over to the arena to show how little we've learned?
Absolutely. I was born ready for this. The game is up. It started. I think I've remembered to put all the settings in correctly.
So Windows and full stop, Jess.
Yeah, Windows and full stop.
I don't know what it is on a Mac. If that's...
I think there's a Mac version.
Would it be that like square with the squiggles at the corner?
I'm sure it's a different shortcut entirely. It's Control, Command, and Spacebar at the same time on a Mac.
What the heck is Command?
Command is the wiggly one, I think. The one that looks like a flower, and then Option is the one that looks like a line that's taking an option, like a train track, like some sort of awful trolley moral dilemma. Yeah. But yeah.
Episode 9 of season 2 this season. What my Earth Station SEA headquarters deck was like.
Do I remember it?
I don't remember it.
Does anyone?
Yeah. I remember you forgetting to flip it a lot. That was pretty good. Yeah.
Right, let's it's the flipping one, so it's either an extra credit to run HQ or 6 extra credits to run the remote.
Yes.
Yeah.
But you can only have one remote.
In the back. There we go. I hope it gives you confidence, Dave, that I don't even remember what the ID was.
I mean, it is concerning me.
Is it? Surely this is better for you. I've chosen my deck. Dave, stop Pikachu.
Oh yeah, it's I've yet to choose mine. Okay, yeah, notice the name here. It's that's related to how confident I am about winning with this. The rest of it is a clue. There we go. Here we go. um Okay, cool.
Well, we
Oh
have at least
no.
one new card in it, because ours is the new criminal ID we've...
Absolutely. I'm going to mully for cheapness. And I failed to get it. Cool. Okay, sure. No, I've just got to hope. Yes, I chose an Aztec because I thought, well, new ID, maybe this'll help me. So he's
See
gone
from your opening
straight
collection
in.
of cards how you're going to benefit from the As ID of installing all those connections and
Right. Okay.
hardwares.
So I noticed that it was missing a keyword. Right. As doesn't really do what I like to refer to as. Oh, this is good. Oh, thank Christ. Oh, brilliant. Cheers, Sharon. I was pooing my pants. So yeah.
Hey.
Why was I pooing my pants?
Yeah.
Let me tell you, because I wasn't sure I was going to be able to do this.
Oh, blind bravado!
Yeah, blind bravado.
But paying a credit to do it on HQ with Earth Station.
Yeah. Yep. I think I'm more likely to get something out of it though, if I do get past this first piece of ice. I do not get past this first piece of ice. 3.
You still get 6 credits though, Dave.
Sure, yeah, but I lose 2 credits for the Afshar, which is bitterly disappointing.
I was mulling over whether it was worth me rezzing, and it was.
Yeah, absolutely. So
instead of that one you lost on Earth Station, you only lost 1 on Afshar, so it swings and roundabouts, really.
Yeah. Plus, it cost me 1 click to reveal that. Right, I got 1 overall. That's not terrifying. That's not terrifying. I got 1 credit and I revealed. So, I mean, my face is still in a pretty good condition. Okay, let's stick this out. Do this. I know I haven't got much as a result, but here we go. Hopefully, I've wiped out your cache for rezzing ice with the first run. Yes!
Good approach, Dave. Nice one.
Okay, and finally, oh, right. I thought I'd only access 2 cards. Sorry, 1 second.
You get an additional 2 cards with Maker's Eye. That's why it's such a bomb-ass card. Dave?
Sorry, what?
Oh, dinner's arrived. Has your dinner arrived?
It has indeed. Timing is unlucky. There we go.
That's okay.
Thanks.
We'll sit and look at the rather hypnotising artwork on Maker's Eye.
So, because I ordered this Jack Daniels, the guy kind of wanted a little bit of proof that I was a human. Right, so the thing is there, I accessed 2 of the same card, and that's well annoying, and nothing I accessed there was cool.
What might be in R&D?
There we go. It's all dump. It's all really good, but fortunately I don't have to worry about it too hard.
I guess.
Yeah. It was an unfortunate bit of ice to run into, but I mean, I kind of suspected it was going to be some sort of HQ positive ice, so
Yeah.
That's pretty
It wasn't
good.
so much of a Turing test as they were just checking Dave for ID.
Yeah.
Because nobody knows how old he is. Ergo, we're not sure he should be having Jack Daniels.
Well, I think it was pretty good. I think I got enough out of that.
Dave, I think you should be called Daz.
Oh.
Wasn't someone called Daz on Games Master or something back in the day? Daz Automatic or something?
Yeah. He was. He had an alliterative name. Dominic Diamond. Dominic Diamond was the presenter for Games Master. Yeah. Although Daz Diamond, I'm sure to his mates.
Oh wait, what's
Yeah.
MSP
Oh. Oof.
said something was canon. What was it? What was canon?
That was expensive.
Attention to what you were saying.
Well, that I'm canonically Daz now.
Yeah.
Yeah. Great. That's short for Darren. That's not even. Sure. Plus side. Z is a really cool letter to have in your name, so I'm not totally averse to that.
Scrabble scoring for sure.
Yeah.
Oh, mother fudger! I forgot I could only have one remote server.
Yeah, and
Oh my god, I built the worst deck in the world.
You got wide with it or something?
Yeah.
If you get NEH and Earth Station mixed up, you're going to have big problems.
I got NEH and Earth Station mixed up. Back to you, Dave.
This is fantastic.
Get in the money.
Wall to wall? No, thank you. It's so expensive.
I mean, it's fair. It's kind of really fair.
Yeah. Wall to wall in an Earth station is grim. I hate the idea.
Wall was built with the Earth Station in mind.
Wall to wall was built with Earth Station in mind.
Yeah, that doesn't mean it's not sick and wrong.
How? Because I'm limited to one remote server.
Yes, right. So wall to wall operates better when you only have one resed asset and it's wall to wall. Now, if you've only got one remote server, that means you can only res wall to wall. All right.
Yeah. You can't do anything else. You can't just have it there.
Wall to wall can put itself back in your hand at the start of your turn. It's amazing. It pays for itself to be flipped over, gives you an extra card draw or an advancement token on, say, one of your pieces of ice, and then, if you want, and go back in your hand, or maybe you've drawn a card instead. Like, it's cracking. It's very strong.
I feel the same about it now as I do about Penny Shaver in general.
I mean, that doesn't mean that you're right. It just means that you feel the same.
Didn't say I was right. Just said that's how I'm feeling.
And this card's being too good.
Okay, there we go. Right.
What's that?
Oh, just got down to 5 still. Rats. Oh! It counts itself. Masterwork counts itself, and I didn't count on it counting itself. What a miscount. Shit. I really can't afford to do that. Shit.
Oh, it's a red wine.
I really don't want to do any of that. Okay, sure. There you go. Sharon, you'll go.
Sorry, excuse that. I forgot it was on camera.
Yeah.
Sour.
Sour. It's a bit pongy on the nose. Yeah. Wall to wall.
Very full-bodied, though.
Yeah. Yeah, there is a lot of text on it. Oh my god, you're so rich.
Only for now.
That's disgusting.
I'm going to try and close the prompt on my window. Didn't work.
I hate to ask what prompt you've got on your screen.
Oh, it's just to put one of the cards in a position.
Sure. Click on the card again then to close it.
I've been
Right,
trying
okay,
it.
go for it, go for it. I don't know why I was overthinking just gaining credits.
Get the money. Right, let's... thank you. Thanks, Mark. That's worked. Ooh.
Hmm.
Ooh.
Okay. I'm enjoying this whole Earth Station no remote. Oh! It happened. So many credits. Oh, this is such a bumhole. Right. Draw.
Tell you what,
Finally. Two clicks left. 2 clicks.
Ooh. Oh, okay.
Can you encounter you do encounter unres dice, don't you?
Yeah. So if you've got another one of those, whatever it was, the things that give you 6.
Yep. Okay, so we go with this badger. Then we're going to go with
Draw 4.
this against server 3. Yeah, so I do encounter the ice.
Okay.
I approach the ice anyway. Let's have a look. Let's have a look. Mm.
Oh,
Yes.
res-
What? Oh yeah. Oh. Of course, it was an upgrade.
can have
Ah.
that.
No. No. Wait. When does that cost come in, Mark?
Which cost is that?
The cost for reduced service.
The extra cost for reduced service, but it has to be rezzed in advance.
Yeah. So in fact, resing it in response to me making a run on server 3, bad. Resing it during another res window, however, during another paid res window, fine. Like,
Okay.
yeah. So it's like you load it up and then use it, and it makes my life difficult. Oh.
The other thing that makes your life difficult is installing Class Act and then spending all your credits.
Sure. Yeah. Sure. I see what you mean. Yeah. But I did want to steal an agenda. There wasn't one there, but I wanted one. And I figured at that point it probably was like the cheapest it's going to be for me to run that server.
That is true.
I'm business in the front, party in the back. Sorry, I'm just trying to figure out, trying to remember what cards I've got.
Mm-hmm.
That doesn't seem right.
Also remember, Sharon, your ID is not blank.
Your ID has powers.
Thank you. Thank you.
I mean, it's a click, but yeah.
I mean, this is just abysmal all round, isn't it?
Sure. Oh. Is it going to happen?
Yeah. What going to happen?
Oh, I'll wait. Yeah, it happened.
What happened?
You didn't flip your identity. If you'd flipped your ID,
I'm just setting myself up, Dave.
Well, it would have been literally impossible for me to run server 3.
Oh, I know that.
Okay, which means that there probably isn't anything scoreable in server 3 right now. Right?
Maybe.
The courts to decide.
Sure. Okay, let's go for...
It's wrong, you don't encounter unrest dice.
No, you don't.
Jessica, we always want tips. In fact, we need tips. Oh, hello.
Oh, it's a magnet. Cool. Simple.
Okay, damn it. Screw you, Mayfly.
Cool. Well, so continue to encounter ice. The Mayfly, it's too pricey for me to be able to break through a magnet because a magnet's strength 3.
Are you going to do masterwork? Wait, what does
What,
that mean?
to pay to install some more hardware?
Yeah. Oh, wait, that's at the beginning of a run.
And none of the hardware, unless there might be hardware that helps, but
So out the corner
Boomerang
of my
would be
eye, I
very
just
useful
saw
at this
Mark
point in
shaking
time.
his head, and I
Yeah.
need to understand why.
About which part?
Why were you shaking your head?
Well, I appreciate Dave wants to get money, but a blind dirty laundry run is always so high risk because
it's got a
of
cost
exactly what
associated with the
happens.
run. Yeah.
You're paying 2 credits to potentially get nothing back. And
I
when you're rich as all heck like you are, you're not going to decline to res.
So I wanted to discover what piece of ice was in front of that, and if I didn't pay for the run so that Sharon had impetus for it not being successful, or reason to not want it to be successful, she would have just let it through, because why
No, I
worry, right?
didn't want you to have money.
Yeah,
Ah,
exactly,
yeah.
exactly. See? But I wanted the information about that ice. Like, if I hadn't paid 2, I never would have seen what that piece of ice was, right? You would have just, like, if I'd just run that normally, I wouldn't have discovered what was there, because the magnet's ability would have been wasted.
Do you have like a
As well as,
cheeky sneak or beta, Dave? Is that what's happening here?
well, I've got all
Yeah,
sorts.
so what you're saying, Dave, but also you have no credits, so you
Yeah,
can't be afforded to wasting credits.
it's true. It is true.
You have a boomerang.
Yeah. Okay.
Wait, you do have a boomerang and you didn't use it?
No. No, obviously I don't have a boomerang, otherwise I would have used it.
Sorry.
Hmm.
Wall to wall!
Hmm. Do we have that? Well, Jinteki, notwithstanding, yes. And it's common enough that I should have drawn it by now. Because I've got 7 in the heap.
But you can't have drawn it yet, Dave, because you've been spending all your clicks clicking for credits.
Yeah, but with 7, 8, 9, 10, 15 cards out of stack of 30, chances are I would have drawn 1 if I'd had 3.
But
But
let's not blame the RNG when we've spent all our turns
well,
clicking for credits.
that's true. That's true. I suppose I need to just draw and suck it up.
Let's just do that.
Meanwhile, Sharon continues to refuse to use her ID.
Should have done that. I think I do. Oh, let me put this other ice out. Stupid. I deserve that. Thank you,
Right.
Mark.
That's going to be cheaper. Oops.
Hardware value. Masterwork value.
Yeah. Yep.
Do you want to undo that, or
No, that's fine. Gain credit. Stick that out. End the turn. There we go. Okay. I mean, it's...
yeah?
Bugger it. play that damn card, I'm in trouble. Right. Job resource, connection resource, or piece of hardware. Stuff it. Just got down to 5. I'm going to ditch.
What are you going to ditch?
Yeah, okay, sure. There we go.
HIT. No! No!
What? Do you want to just drag it back into your hand and give yourself a click back?
I've just undone the click.
Or that, sure.
Look away, Dave! Look away!
Yeah, yeah, maybe. Saving it for next turn, but what would I have trashed? So I'm so cash light at the moment that I'm considering doing this and then just accepting the card draw because that's also going to be positive. Right, you know what? Let's start with this.
Wildcat.
Yeah. Oh,
What's that showing how brilliant she is?
Sure.
I just like it keeping people poor. In Netrunner.
yeah. I could pay one more, but I don't want to. Let's do prognostic. Yes. Okay. Cool. That's good to know.
Wait, what actions do you have?
Do I want to install a piece of hardware?
It's got both prognostic Q loop and masterwork triggers.
Yeah.
Welcome to
it's too
Shenanigans.
Continue to approach server. Oh! Well, thank you very much. Cool. Christ's sake. Gross. Okay.
Like when you respond to the cards you see in R&D, it just honestly, it's just intriguing. That buttons pass. Like it.
Let's do that. Let's kill. Well, I know what I'm getting out of that.
That's HQ, isn't it? Nice.
Let's kill that one because temporary money is only temporary.
Indeed. Winchester. Why didn't you like my Winchester, Dave?
Sure, it's a lot of traces. Although I do have shenanigans. Ah, man. Okay, sure.
Didn't want to lose that. Right, let's lose that then. What are you thinking? Wait, that's a good draw for us? What? What have you just gotten, Dave?
Yeah, no, Jess is not wrong. It would have been great, but unfortunately. Okay, let's do some more draw effects.
Prepaid watch pad is card to have in the back,
Shit. Okay.
the back pocket.
There's certainly a move you should do here, Dave.
Mm.
I think you know what it is.
4 credits. LOL. Sorry. One of those. One. Server 3. Look at the top 2 cards. Yes.
Dave, I've got
Sharon wants to rent any of these.
I gotta pray.
I see. Hang on.
Oh.
Can I limit this? Yeah, I think you can.
Sure.
Yeah, why not?
God, that's an expensive 3 credits. Spent 3 credits to deny me 3 credits. Whatever.
Worth it.
Whatever.
Take the 6 credits, Dave. You take them.
I'm waiting for you to
I'm
do
only
things,
glad
though.
I didn't have a ping.
I'm on continue. Oh, yeah. A dirty little cheap ping would have been awful. Okay, sure. Yeah, I don't think I've got anything to... I mean... Oh, it's whenever a run begins. Yeah. That should have been then. I should have done that. Because that would have got me 2, 3... No, it would have got me less. Right. Yep. Let Unbroken's fire. Pass and continue. There we go. Yeah, I think had I done that the other way round, I would have just... I mean, it would have been a card out of my hand, but it would have been of no use.
Had you done what the other way around?
Played a couple of cards in a different order, but now I've got future options instead, which I think is better. Huh.
Other than your lack of breakers now, Dave, you've put yourself back into a position of some strength.
A stronger position.
Yeah. Meanwhile, Sharon has gone down to pauper status.
Oh, come on.
Sharon has gone down to pauper status. Yes.
All that she gave about keeping the man down and not letting him have any money. Now he's laughing.
Yep. Oh. Right. So. Let's do this. This is free. Then I can
Oh, damn, I feel like
play this for regular amounts.
Yeah.
Which saves me a click. Yes. Oh.
Dave, you have to
Yeah.
do stuff.
Yeah, I'm doing stuff. Like you wouldn't believe how much stuff I'm doing. Choose one card to add to the bottom of the stack.
Yeah, so that is a prognostic Q loop trigger with a masterwork trigger that installs a boomerang that draws you a card off masterwork, that draws you an extra card off the class act.
Yeah.
Welcome to nested triggers.
Do you remember week one when I was like, choose a piece of ice. Yep. Yes, I will have a look at 2 cards from the stack. Cool, that's good to know. That's good to... What do you mean, how do I know? How am I getting all of these cool things, Sharon? What do you mean? How?
You're targeting a magnet.
There we go. Yeah.
Oh, maybe you've got another dirty laundry or something. Go, Dave, go. Look at the cards. Look at the cards.
Here we go. Oh, shit. Cool. Oh, for crying out loud. Yes, kill it. Because I can't afford to have that sort of shenanigans there.
Boo, Dave, boo.
card. Yep.
Yeah, it could do with some slow motion. You're right. So we'll see.
Right. Okay. Bugger it. Let's go. Sorry, I'm taking
Yep,
too
ready?
long. Yep.
Ooh.
Yeah. I look forward to eating that to the face.
1, 2, 3. Okay.
Okay.
How cruel to be.
I think that's as Johnny a turn as I've made ever so far.
Is Johnny the tryhard one?
No, that's Spike. I think.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
that's Spike. Yeah. No, Johnny's the one who puts together inordinately long combos that often don't do very much, but are good fun to play out.
Right, let's have a crack at this. That was 1.
Uh-huh.
And then I will do this. That's 2. And then let's have a little flip, shall we?
Oh, it's flipped! Oh, it's flipped!
Give me all your money,
Oh
Dave.
no, 6 to make a run on that server. That seems pricey. However, you only have 3 credits. Oh, is it my go?
Yeah.
Cool. You only have 3 credits. So.
I only need 3 credits, Dave.
Sorry, I don't mean to giggle like that. Right. First things first.
I love it when you giggle like that, Dave.
Sneak,
It's the best thing.
sneak door beta. Right.
Yeah. Yep.
Gain.
Do it.
Gain a credit? I don't need to gain a credit. I'm mostly doing this for shits and giggles. Right, make a run on archives. Look at the top 2 cards of the stack. Yeah, hell yeah. Okay, those are good to know. Right, continue to encounter ice. Then break a subroutine. End that one. Then pass ice and continue. Then access the server. Cool. Cool. Yes, shuffle it back in. Then
Fortunately, though, Dave, those cards that you saw at the top of your stack are no longer there now that you've shuffled Boomerang back in.
I'm okay with that. I'm absolutely okay with that because the important part here is I've flipped Earth Station, and now for a credit I can.
But you've got prepaid voice pad.
Prepaid, run, server 3, and pray you've got nothing that costs under 4 credits in front of it.
It's a bold play, I like it.
Come on! Yeah, come on! No! Dang it! Okay. Oh no! Oh, I do not have anything I can get through that with, sadly. Which, I mean, fair enough. I was making a breakerless run on a remote server with 3 pieces of ice in front of it. It was, yeah, probably the riskiest play. Yeah. Damn! Ah, that's such cheap ice in comparison to what I thought you'd put there. Yeah,
Other than Sharon gaining a credit off the subroutine, though, you have set her back to
zeros.
Almost 0 credits again.
Yeah. Yeah.
No. That cost me 2 credits because I could use the subroutines.
One of them gives you, 1 cred. Yeah.
But you are still back to pauping again.
Okay, cool. And at least I know what's there now. A barrier, eh?
I mean, I've been pretty lucky, actually. I'm just poodling along.
Just pootling, really. Not really.
Oh.
I would have gone for a bold move there, Sharon, but
Really? What would you have done, Mark?
Oh no.
I'd have put card 6 into server 3 and double advanced it.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm on 2 credits. If you look, the likelihood that in a small number of clicks I'd be able to get them.
I wouldn't have the credits to do that.
Well, card 6 pays for itself, don't forget, so...
Son of a bitch.
But, nah.
Offshore accounts? Is that the agenda?
No.
Offshore...
Off-world office.
Off-world office. That's it. Off-world office, not offshore accounts.
Oh,
Offshore
yeah,
accounts
no,
would have made more naming
not that
sense.
card.
Yeah. Okay.
I mean, I guess I could have trashed server 3. It's not a really big deal.
I mean, at this point, you're in. Just go with what you were doing, because otherwise you'll be between Leak and Utoxeter.
Didn't understand what you just said.
Between Leith and Utoxeter. Between a rock and a hard place.
Right, got it.
Being between. It's the saying of my dad's. If you're halfway between Leak and Utoxeter, you're neither one nor the other.
Sure.
It's also where Alton Towers is.
I don't think I've been to either Leak or Utoxeter. Okay. You go to the bottom of the stack, you. That's just a run ender, which means that is 1 credit for 6 credits, which seems pretty strong. Or I could run blind on R&D and get lucky, discover what the R&D thing is. I don't care about R&D, do I? Who cares about R&D, really? Let me gain a credit. Make this run here.
Where are you running? I've heard the noise, but I've not seen what's going on. Oh no, that was prepaid voice pad.
Server 3. I want to see what I've got. Backlearn. Okay, probably shouldn't have said that out loud in such a sort of excited way.
Dave, I'm a little bit confused. Are you just trying to get 6 credits?
Yeah, maybe.
All right, okay.
Whenever a run begins, you may install a piece of hardware paying 1 more.
That's good.
Right. Oh, that's weird. Oh, do I not have any hardware? I don't have it. Right, cool. It doesn't give you an unnecessary trigger. That's quite nice. Yeah. Give me the loot. Give me the loot. Loot. Give me the loot. Cool. Okay. 2. So that's plus 2. Ah, damn, that's too expensive, isn't it? Right. I'm going to... Oh, wait. What have I got that I can... You may install that card if it's a program or piece of hardware. Oh, I can't remember what was on top. It's not, is it, though? A program or a piece of hardware.
It's not, no.
No. So I'm just going to simply do this and then go next. Yeah. Yep. Okay. This bravado run was sponsored by Sharon never flipping her ID.
You could have just run archives if that was the case. But...
Thanks for reminding me,
true.
Dave. I'll do that now.
Well, I figured you might want to.
I've been playing with a blank ID, I find.
Yep. Right, so if I bash that boy out there. Then, ow. Ooh, let's see. I should be using this more often, but I'm worried that I'm going to miss a card draw thing for
Using
something else, like this, the hardware install.
Wait, you mean from
Like the class
Master?
act. I'm pretty certain I should be drawing more often than I am, but I'm not.
You do seem a bit low on draws, though, Dave. Although I'm not gonna suggest you draw more cards.
Yeah.
I mean, there's no reason really to have a full hand of cards.
Sure. That one to the bottom.
If you have lots of hardware, then
Resource connections cost
master, whatever it's called,
Master class, master
work
Damn it.
can be a draw engine all of its own. But
Yeah.
that's obviously reliant on you having all those hardwares in your hand to draw them to keep going.
Oh, I did the wrong way up, didn't I? Wait, what?
No, that way.
Did that undo the click or not?
Hang on.
No,
You
it didn't.
start
There we go.
with-
Yeah, cool. Yeah, undid it now. Right, so instead,
9 credits.
he needs to go out, which costs 1. Then that's going to cost me 1, 2, 3. Cool. Make an archive run. Look at the top 2 cards. Yes. Interesting. Okay. Continue to encounter ice. Match strength and fully break.
Makes sense.
Access server. Sure. Yeah! No! What?
You purged both of my divested trusts.
You only had one, didn't you?
No, I had 2.
There's only one in the... No, you had a divested trust and an SDS drone deployment, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, your drone deployment's still there. Wow. Wow,
And
what
it's
a
hang
great
on.
way to earn 5.
Oh, add the stolen agenda to HQ. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, no, that was fun.
Yeah.
Yeah, that would be awesome, Jess. I don't want to give too much away. I don't think that's on the cards, though.
Oh, it still counts as stolen. Oh my gosh. Oh, okay. Sure. So, yeah, that agenda still counts as stolen, doesn't it? But I just get no points for it.
Correct.
Me?
It was stolen, and then it was divested to be returned to Sharon's hand, so...
Absolute shenanigans.
Have I got something about stolen agendas?
You have some cards in your archives that would have been very useful, but alas, you can't have everything.
Ha!
I mean, unless I've got a spin doctor in my hand.
It needed to be on that turn.
Ah, right.
Right, so that'll cost me 2 to stick out, which will enable me to get past for free, making a reasonable run on... Oh! I know what's in your HQ right now! Okay, sure.
You did, Dave.
Cool. Let me just work out the expense on this. I think... Because... Is it worth 11 credits? No, that's too much of a test. Right, I could make an absolutely flying run, but it'll cost me an awful lot in cards, right? So I could make a flying run through here by setting up a free pass on HQ and then accessing 4 cards Shit. Oh god. Okay, but I know there's a punitive counter-strike in hand, because I saw one earlier. You've drawn one, unless it's gone, and it hasn't. So that means that if I access 4 cards and I don't steal enough points to win the game, I'm probably going to get absolutely killed in the penis. But that's what this game is about, right? Getting kicked in the nuts when you think you've got an absolute winner on your hands.
Well, it's how you two play the game, certainly.
Right, let me make sure I've done the maths right, and I don't need to just gain 1 credit, because I can do this for free.
I wouldn't even be disappointed. I'd be really thrilled.
I'd be happy to lose this way. Okay, right. So I'm going to.
I think you're doing, Dave. I don't think you can afford. Oh, maybe you can take another credit. Yeah.
Prepaid with 2 legwork. Then I pay 2 credits to cheat out Boomerang with masterwork, because it costs me 1 less because it's a piece of hardware, right? So it cost me 1, which cost me 2. I've got 2 credits here. Okay, so I'm up to scratch. Now I'm hoping that when Sharon reses the first piece of ice on HQ, it only has 2 subroutines. That's my prayer, right?
You need to keep a credit to break Afshar, though.
No, I don't. I can just throw Abigail away.
Well, that is an extremely bold way of doing it, yes.
Yeah, although Abigail... Yeah, no, you're right. It would make more sense if I just clicked for a credit now, did it this way, and then didn't throw away Abigail. But isn't it fun to throw stuff away?
Dave, don't... I mean, no, fuck it. Go for it. Throw away
Right,
Abigail.
fuck it. No, what? Sharon, damn it! Okay, right. So, these 2. Here we go. Let's do the masterwork first. Pay 1 to install a piece of hardware. Yes. Choose a piece of hardware. This one. Cool. I've run out of credits.
That's unfortunate.
Pays 1 from prepaid and pays 1 from prepaid. I had 2 to start with, right? I had 3 to start with because I'd used an action to gain my 3rd one. Where's my 3rd credit gone?
Hang on. You spent 1 to gain a credit. That was fine. So you had 3 credits. Yeah.
What? What the fuck is going on?
You used money from prepaid to play legwork.
Yep, so that was free.
You installed Boomerang for 2 credits.
Plus 1, because it cost me a 3rd credit from whenever a run begins. You may install a piece of hardware, paying 1 more. It hasn't given me my AS discount.
What it's done, as Jessica's pointed out, is because Sharon's playing with a blank ID, it's actually not a blank ID.
No!
It costs you a credit to make a run on it.
Hooty hoo! It looks like I am throwing away Abigail. Here we go!
Yay.
Right, okay, so choose a trigger, choose an installed piece of ice for that, like that. Look at the top 2 cards of my stack. Yes. Oh, delightful. There's my money. Cool. Who cares? Right, continue to approach the ISO. Ha ha! Yes! Excellent.
It is not much.
End the run! Now, I pass the ice and continue. Ready for this Hail Mary? Come on. 4 cards. I swear to God, Sharon, you better have 4 agendas and like 1 punitive in here, so that I can get through in like the most stylish insta-win way. Come on. Okay, yes, that's the first one. That's good.
We also need to point out that Sharon's got a divested trust scored.
Oh shit!
So...
Where'd the other divested trust come from? Steal that one. Oh my God! It would have been it.
It's still the same old 10 renovation twice.
Cool. That's
impressive.
divested trust is some BS. However, now I'm going to get absolutely punked. Here we go. That was 6 agenda points in one go. I deserve everything I get for this. 6 agenda points. And you wasted one of my card accesses, which is BS.
Money, which I really appreciate.
Wait, Sharon. Why didn't you punitive counter-strike me?
Oh yeah, I don't have that in my hand.
What?
That's in my archives. I threw it away.
Oh, oh my! Oh my god!
You've got cards in your archives that would have been helpful.
Oh my god! This is absolutely. That was such a do or die play, and I was fully expecting to die from the end of it. And here I am. Here I am, sucking on
I've not seen such reckless abandon since Sharan deliberately went down to 2 cards before making an R&D run against Techie PE.
Yeah, all right. So it was a bad move. We all get it. It was a bad move. Right, let's draw.
A bold move, certainly.
Not necessarily always to win.
Right. Are you
Come on, Dave.
king ready?
Oh, you so long on your last turn. We had a 7 game last Sunday.
All right. Right.
Come on.
Credit. Okay. So. How can I do this? I can do this. I can install that for 1.
What are you trying to do?
Do I need to overclock this in order to ensure that I can delete something horrible should I see it? I don't think I do. God. Is it? Is this right? Like, okay. So, barrier. The cost here is too great. I've got to go Hail Mary on the hand again, I think, because I can't afford. Oh wait, no, I can. I can afford it. Can I afford it? Can I afford it?
How? Does it talk through your working day?
Okay. So here we go. If I make an overclock run, right?
Yeah. So you've got
that
5.
cash that I get, can I use that to install something with Masterwork?
Can't you? Can you?
It costs 1 more, which would cost 1 less. It would cost 2. So that would be 2 off of that, right? Leaving me 3 cash on an overclock. 2 cash from the corroder is gone. That leaves me 3 cash. 3 cash would enable me to spend. Oh, that's strength 2. This is strength. Oh my god, I've accessed already. Okay, interface rather. So that's break 1 barrier. That would cost me 2. I can do this. But what's the most sensible way to do this? This is you're absolutely going to res that center ice.
Maybe.
Okay, so the only thing I can think of that isn't expensive is like a tier. I
mean, I have got 11 credits. Let's just be clear about that.
It's costing. Right, so I need to gain the credit in order to overclock. I masterwork the. Oh no! I can't do it. Jess is right. I'm just short because I can't cheat in. My.
I've just said 3 messages before that. Sharon's only on 3 points. She can't win the game this turn. We don't have to be in Hail Mary mode.
You're right. It's yeah. Okay. Sure. In that case, let's just go standard. We'll gain a credit. We'll pop this in. Right. We'll target this one with the boom. Right. That's nice. Then what? What happened to my other click?
You only had 2 clicks, Dave.
Yeah. What did I installed? Oh no! I gained money. Cool. What malarkey? Okay, sure. I was considering installing the Boomerang clicklessly. I made a mistake.
Sharon, why did you advance that 5 times?
Excitement?
Because I can't count.
It doesn't have an over-advancement ability, so...
Do you want to get a credit back? I can't give you the click back now, but I could give you the credit back. Okay. Sharon, you've got to click on my turn.
It's
No,
not your turn yet.
No, you've put one there. Did you undo your click? Is that what you did? You can't just give yourself the credit back. Don't give yourself the click. There you go. That makes a lot more sense. Right. Okay, so if I draw, because it's probably the best time to... Oh my god.
Do I not get the click as well because I'm an idiot?
That's the seems to be the way we're going.
I mean, what are you going to do with the click? It's my go. Unless you want to do something simple. Unless you want to do something simple, like that we can get away with doing now, like drawing a card, say, for instance. Do you want to do that?
Yeah, I might have drawn a card.
Yeah, just draw a card then.
How do I do that?
You'll have to either give
to be
yourself
honest,
a click
I
and
put
draw a
something
card.
into server.
Okay, okay, yeah, do that.
Do what?
If you want to take a click, you'll have to give yourself a click.
What are you going to do with it?
You don't know. I just.
Sharon, you've campaigned so hard for this click.
Right, I've done it. Thank you.
Doesn't even want the flipping click. Cool.
Ooh, sure gamble.
For 3 credits, that'll do. Okay. Okay.
Oh yes.
Oh my god, another divested trust.
Damn it, literally. I know I was like all negative about divested trust agendas when we were learning about them, but they've turned out to be pretty damn useful.
Yeah. They're pretty cool.
You absolutely cannot play that at this stage, Dave.
I know. It's just
far too late for that card.
It's just the important thing here is family, you know? What's stronger than a cork deck? Family. Yes,
is this your 2 as 2 furious deck?
Look, it's been a long time without the artist, my friend. This is 2 as 2 furious. Family. Oh, I'm unnecessarily pleased with myself. Right, here we go. Hooty hoo. Yes, I'll have a look at the top 2 cards of my deck. Ooh, interesting. Ooh, double interesting. But I don't think I've seen anything that ends my run yet. So cool.
What did you order for dinner, Dave?
I went for one of my favourite burger joints. And they do the spiciest fries, the spiciest chips you've ever had, with basically an entire fist full of jalapenos on top. Can I encounter your ice, please?
It was because I was looking at Deliveroo because now I'm quite hungry. I mean, I guess I could have the other half of the lasagna.
That sounds like a lot of lasagna.
I mean, it was one of those 2-portion lasagnas, and I had one for the late lunch.
Was it a late lunch or was it an early dinner? Come on now.
It was a late lunch. Well, I didn't have lunch, so it was a late lunch. Decisions.
Wow, why was this even a decision? Why was this even a decision? Why am I having trouble counting?
No. Why can't I use divested trust?
Because I won first. Ta-da!
Yes. Well done.
There's no decision.
It's the same principle as with Jinteki Personal Evolution. You win the game, everything ends. what you would be able to divest next never happened.
Yeah.
See, that was my misunderstanding. I would have put out more ice in front of archives and HQ then.
Having the
left
3-pointer in there. It's dangerous. Yeah.
Well, no, I would have put the 3-pointer into the server 3. I just thought I'd be protected if I had divested trust. But this is a learning show, and this is how we do it.
Well, that was pretty good.
Dave,
that was a good game, actually. That was a lot of fun.
Were you conscious, Dave, of your Backlund Botchkin?
I was aware of him when I put him in the deck, and then I got too excited about the other ways that I could approach things to remember to use my Backlund.
Because some of the shenanigans you were planning on 0 credits, what Backlund allows you to do is effectively break something for free, because of the way the timing structure works. By the time you get to encounter and then you de-res a piece of ice,
you can't re-res it.
Can't re-res it. Yeah.
I didn't understand that. I thought Backlund was just going to cost Sharan an extra 3 on the back foot when I ran down. If I ran down the side, I thought it was just going to increase the cost and make her have to re-res the ice that I encountered with him. I didn't realise that it prevents for that run that ice from being a danger.
You res in approach windows, not in encounter windows.
Of course. Okay. Shit. In that case, yeah, I think I would have been able to run down. I mean, it's lucky I didn't, because it wouldn't have been enough points for me to win. It would have put me on 6, I think, if I'd stolen the agenda that got over-egged. Yeah, Cyberdex. So, in one respect, it's lucky I didn't understand it, but I definitely would have thrown away a lot more on more Hail Mary.
I mean, I'm sure it has happened before, but I don't recall ever seeing the same agenda be installed twice in the same run.
Oh, ridiculous.
I'll divest it, put it back in, and you continue your accesses, and I'll steal it again.
Fine. Fine, if I have to get it, I'll get it on my next one. Yeah, having 4 accesses on the hand, I was pretty happy with. That was
really good.
It was too exciting. Okay, so this
I should have put my 3-point agenda into the remote server.
Yeah.
But I just misunderstood divested trust, even though last Sunday we went over how you win immediately.
Oh yeah,
but
of course.
it's still somewhat counterintuitive.
Yeah.
Until you get used to that fact.
Also, I think I only properly accessed your archives maybe twice the entire game. I'm fairly certain you could have hidden an agenda in there quite happily.
I know, but it was the fact that you could get through so easily.
Yeah. Oh, you could have put an SDS in there and it would have messed me up, because deleting my one program, my backdoor sneak door beta for an SDS, seems really expensive if that's not going to win me the game.
Yeah.
The other thing was that, of course, the punitive counter-strikes. Now, I know why Sharan got rid of them, because at the time, that was when she was a pauper.
Yeah.
But if you can keep them in the hand, it just shows the absolute value in them.
When I stole 6 agenda points worth of agendas in one turn using a 4-card access on HQ, only got 4 out the back end of it. That would have been the most horrible time to see one. That would have been horrible. Yeah.
But also the first agenda you stole was worth 2 points, and you ended your turn with only 2 cards in hand and I think 1 credit.
Yeah.
So if the 2 punitives had been in hand at that point, that would have just killed you off a 2-point steal.
Oh. Yeah, that would have been insane.
You live and learn. I'll play that again. Dave,
this situation is when someone steals a hostile and leaves himself on 2 cards in hand, and you've got triple punitive.
I got tired of waiting, Dave, so I created the game for this turn.
Oh, I'm joining Sharan. Okay, sure. Let me leave. join. Well, this is new. Cool. Oh, you're not waiting for Mark? Just running straight in, sure.
But might join at any time, right? Or
Ah,
do I need to?
hopefully, yeah.
Oh.
That's a keeper. I think that's a keeper.
So it's Precision Design versus 54 card as.
We've
And
been through in the predicament I'm in.
that's only 9 cards off.
So for everyone watching, I went on to Jinteki earlier today to test out this slightly larger than usual deck size and see which cards were working, which weren't, which ones I understood how to use. And what happened instead was someone else was waiting for a game against a corp on startup, and I thought, oh, I'll be nice. I'll help them out. The game ended up taking so long that I didn't have a chance to test my deck. So, yeah, I'm just stuck with it. I've not tried it. It's going to be exciting. I'll be reading the cards out loud a lot.
It's a nice story, but
Thank you for your patience.
evidence shows that what more than likely would have happened was you'd have played the 54 card deck and decided that you needed all of them. Or that you'll need more card draw to get through 54 cards, so I better put some more in.
Oh, wait! No! Sharon's merely numerically dyslexic. She's dysnumerate. She read as his card requirement backwards.
Yeah. She also thinks she's got 51 influence.
How do you know if a card is a connection card?
It'll say on it. It'll say resource,
collection.
Yeah. Just access in the... Oh, sure.
Why not? Yeah.
Sure.
Getting rid of that bollocks.
Oh, that's kind of a shame. Oh, that's bullshit.
If there's a time to steal a Vacheron, that's sort of turn 1 is the time to do it.
That's some bullshit.
Double punitive, Dave. That's all you need to do.
Look,
Yeah.
I want to keep as many cards as I can from my in my stacking grip. What's the point of playing them?
Some Norse's dervs. Right.
Dave left onto himself on that CMS. I don't get involved in such overpriced things.
Oh, no. So, I've been playing. I've been playing a lot of Magic for many years, but I've also been playing a lot of Dungeons and Dragons. And the most recent set is gloriously D&D themed.
Unofficially, I believe.
No, fully officially. It is.
Really?
It is. Yeah, Adventures in the Forgotten Realms. And nowadays they make they make stuff to trap whales. I'm a big old whale. I have too much disposable income to spend on things that I don't really need. But I don't have it. I don't have that disposable income. I'm just buying things I don't need because I live in a post-capitalist world, right? Like, I'm terrible for it.
This is getting very philosophical.
Isn't it just? Right? So, yeah, I, as a result, spanked far too much cash on the new set because I wanted the cards that look like the front cover of old Adventures, and the cards that look like they came out the old Monstrous manual. Holy shit! And cards like Minsk the Barbarian, from the original Baldur's Gate game. They're very cool cards, and it's almost cheating to put them in front of me because I will spend money on them. And I have a feeling that
These bought from reputable retailers, or are they like all things in Magic? You've got to pay £1 million for someone off eBay.
they're bought from reputable resellers.
Wow.
Yeah, I got all of the cards I wanted. I got a full alt art, borderless, shiny Tiamat, like in the 3rd pack, and at that point, yeah, those packs had basically paid for themselves. So I rolled the dice again, and I did fairly well out of it. I was very happy.
Oh, so you're buying packets and hoping for the best. You're not.
Yeah, no, yeah, I am. I'm the worst kind of Magic player. Yeah, I do it the wrong way round. Oh, speaking of doing it the wrong way round,
That's what she said.
she cried.
Back to Netrunner now.
Yeah, right. Let me at least cost you this.
I mean, let's be honest, Dave. I'm like fairly. I'm not expecting much from this deck.
You haven't got much out yet, which is interesting. There you go.
Go on, fire the subroutine.
Sure.
I just need money, really.
Sure.
A blind bravado that does nothing but end the run is always a good exchange.
Yeah.
When you hit something like an Engram flush and lose 2 key cards from your hand, where you're very upset.
That's the unfortunate part. But that's where you need a flip switch out as well.
Sure.
Well, if you've got one, sure.
So that you can panic.
Absolutely, panic galore.
I don't think I want any of those back yet. Which means I want this.
Makes
And I'll take... Oh, that is tempting though, isn't it? I'll take this. Excellent. Here you go. I can't believe you're about to score a Project Vacheron 4 turns in.
Oh, speaking of flip switch.
Yeah. Oh, spent the clicks. Sure. Bloody hellfire. How'd you access 2?
Yeah.
Did I see from R&D?
You saw a Managam Skunk Works off the top of R&D, as well as the Managam Skunk Works which was installed on R&D.
Did I just both of them? Oh,
yeah, you did. You trashed both of them.
Jesus!
You spent a lot of money trashing all my good stuff.
That was irritating.
It is, and you know I'm not an advocate of being poor in this game, but also Managam is a card that you more or less have to trash when you see it like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because you don't want to have to pay those 2 clicks or those 5 credits again.
Unbelievable score here. Unbelievable. Yeah. Unbelievable. Oh, look at the scenes here.
I've got to click for. There's no other way. I've got to click for money.
No one can quite believe it. Right, you're a criminal. So the question becomes, do I chuck this in front of archives because you're going sideways, or do I chuck it in front of HQ because I've got all my agendas out?
Wait, what?
What?
Are you just having a crack?
One of those. then I'll tell you what, fuck it. There you go.
Well, no, I did the wrong thing. I'm running the wrong server, Dave.
Sure. Do you want to undo the click then?
That was the most comprehensive running of the wrong server I've ever come across.
Yep.
So I'm going to click through here, I assume.
Yeah.
Cool.
God damn, if it's a bloody snare, Dave, I'm going to be really upset.
Do your click in. There we go. No, it's better than a snare.
Ah.
Hell yes.
Oh, Mega Pre #1.
Yes! I can't wait for Mega Pre number 2 and 3. Absolute winners. One more click left.
Dirty Spin Doctor.
Dirty Spin Doctor. It's 2 cards at random, isn't it? Oh no, it's draw 2 cards.
You get to choose.
And then I'll get rid of him in order to pop those back in. There we go. You go. Yes. This here.
Why are you protecting your archives, Dave?
2 clicks for 4 credits. That's 2 credits a click, which is pretty good. Well, you're playing a criminal, right? And there's a chance you could have a sneak door. Okay. So I don't want you looking in my HQ because that's basically your jam. And then gain a credit. I think that's correct. Yeah. Cool. Sharon, you'll go. Yeah.
1, 2.
Cool. Okay. Oh, 4 agenda points. Shit. Oh, grim.
Why?
It's just grim. Just a flipping boomerang.
Have I put it on the right thing?
I was kind of expecting boomerangs, so...
Well, I mean, I've waited for so long to actually have them be.
Hey, is that your first legal boomerang?
Yeah, I think it must be.
Oh yeah! Guess what? I'ma res it. Okay, Sharon.
I'm guessing that the boomerang doesn't transfer.
No. Wasted boomerang. It's got no subroutines.
Yeah, that's unfortunate.
Boomerang's stuck out there. Ooh! Gets through. Rats. Cool. Damn it. Seriously, why aren't you... What the f...
Right, Dave, you're on the clock.
I'm on the clock. Oh,
You have
this
4 turns to win, or Sharon's won.
fuck off. This is bullshit. This is genuine bullshit.
I mean, if you're going to have 3 accesses, 2 of them may as well be Vacherons.
Sure. Oh, this is some horse's derves right here.
You were in a tough spot, Dave, to be
A
honest.
tough spot, you don't say!
You're going to need a lot of clicks.
Bullshit! Scott down. Yeah, I am going to need a lot of clicks.
Oh, you've got Luminal transubstantiation and maybe a biotic labour.
Oh.
Luminal transubstantiation.
Sharon, take your go!
Oh, I don't know how to write it.
It's not transubstantiation. Also, if you Google it, it doesn't just appear. You can just be like...
No, in the chat it will do if you spell it correctly.
Yeah.
Luminal transubstantiation.
Oh, fuck off. Well, I want this old shit for.
Oh, there we go. Second time, lucky.
Right. Yeah, there you go. Okay, 8, 9, 10, 11. 11 to score 2 points. Worth every penny.
What? This seems crazy. Well, let's go for it.
What?
If it's an off-world office or something to get you some money.
Close.
Wait,
right.
hang on. You played Biotic Labour, you got 2 clicks.
Yeah, I'm not sure why you're biotic twice in that scenario, but
I thought I'd run out of thingies because I was counting 1 for going down, and then I think I miscounted how much I got off of it. Well, c'est la vie. C'est la vie. Okay, I'm up to 4 as well. Come on. One more biotic labour. I brought back a hedge fund, which was probably a bad mistake. I think I wanted the Spin Doctor instead. In fact, I definitely wanted the Spin Doctor instead. So let's get the Spin Doctor back. Put the Spin Doctor down in server Eints. Res him for free, which is 2 card draw. Jesus shit. Right, then remove him from the game to put red level and archived back in hand. Right.
not in hand, in deck.
Oh, in deck! Damn it. Okay, yep. Yeah, of course. But I might get it again. So... let's gain the credit in the turn. Shit, I'm running out of time.
I mean, basically, you need to score on your next turn. And I'm not sure how you're going to do 3 points, but we'll see.
Yeah. It's going to be rough, Mark. It's going to be rough. Discard down to 6 cards. Let's get rid of one of these. Oh, shit. Right, if I find a Mega Pre and I don't have that cash because I misspent on that biotic labour earlier. Oh.
Yeah.
Do you want to give yourself back the credit for what you accidentally misspent?
No, it's fine. It's fine. I should have used the click.
I've just seen the chat and I
Done
like
the
that. Just thank you for congratulating me already.
What? She was congratulating you on stealing a Vacheron.
Oh right, was it?
Yeah, timing wise, you haven't won yet. It might not be on. Okay, it might not be, but it probably is.
As long as somehow Dave, with 4 clicks and 4 credits, can
right,
score 3 points. In the old days, of course, when you could rip out Game Changer, anything was possible. But
Shit.
with a startup card pool, I think that's going to be difficult.
I think I'm 1 credit short from being able to do it. Sharon, is it my go or what?
Oh, sorry, I have to discard.
Yeah, 6 cards in hand seems cheeky. Right, piss off. I mean, oops. What a pity. Right, bugger it. Okay, what have I got? What have I got down here that can help? What's that? You say? Nothing? Oh, good, my favourite. I love a whole load of flipping nothing. Oh, nuts. Okay, so Sharon only wins during her go. I'm the one who removes the agenda token, but it's during Sharon's go. Dang it! That's it. GG. I think I scoop.
Yeah, I don't think there's a way out of this. So I think in the situation you were in, you would have to score a Liminal to get the extra clicks to set up your next score.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh my god. Oh, it was 1 turn. 1 turn! 1 turn away! If I'd had 1 more turn, I could have done it. I could have been a contender.
That was.
Well played.
You know what? I was like trying to build up my clicks so I could figure out how to get through the. Well, it would be clicks to get through the ice on server 1, and then I was just like thinking, I need to get money so I can get there.
Yeah, because clicking through, you wouldn't have enough clicks to pay. You'd need to pay your 5 credits, but you would be able to.
Did you have another
Manigam Skunkworks on it? Yes, but that would have stunted me as well. Yeah, be buggery.
Yes, AZ is unbeaten today, Dave.
Yeah, either through skill or shenanigans, AZ is like honestly. Look at this, two Project Vacherons on my R&D, and then right we flipping roll the dice on a psyops, and you win it for the free access.
That was super damn lucky.
That was some BS right there.
Out of games I have won or lost that have come down to the result of 1 side game is unbelievable.
Furious.
So I actually have an admin in my deck just to deal with those cards.
Always bid 2.
I'm going to help you.
But Dave, do you know what? You said always bid 2. I can't remember when we were talking about it, and I thought, that's terrible. And then I was like, I'm not going to bid 0 because there's no way in hell Dave would bid 0. He's already said always bid 2. Maybe that was some psycho...
I wasn't the one who said always bid 2.
Who said always bid 2?
No, I said always bid 1. Jess said always bid 2. I can't believe I got misremembered by Sharon again, and it came down to that.
Yes. That was a really fun game. Couple of games.
That was
really fun games.
Yeah, I enjoyed that.
Oh.
Right. Well, let's.
Might need to take a quick comfort break now before the lesson begins.
Well, you go off and do that. While I ring out Dave.
Please tell me why.
Jessica, you did help.
Please tell me why misplaying the biotic labour cost me the entire fucking game.
Did it?
Yeah, it did.
How?
So cash-wise, I ran out of dosh, and at that point I had no hope. If I hadn't played that, I would have still stood a chance of being able to single turn score mega pre-qualifier.
But Dave, I said, why don't you just undo it, or why don't you take whatever you need back? You let me do it.
Because you got to take your lumps.
But you let me have my turn and click back.
You can't be ungenerous.
Well, then you're just silly. And I'm glad I won. Then you need to get those lemons off the screen.
Why? I'm bitter.
Not sour.
And also, in other news, I'm also salty.
You're
Someone
salty
get
at
Dave the
yourself,
tequila.
Dave. You could have won.
It was still a long shot.
It
even
was.
With the biotic labour in hand. But...
It was such a moonshot, right? To make that. It would have been impossible. It would have been impossible. I can't believe out of the 3 agendas that you just sort of just casually went for in R&D, it was 2 flipping Vacherons, and one of them was like turn 1. I access and trash everything, whatever. I was like, okay, the trashes I can handle. That's fine. Like, this is okay. The trashes is cool. I've got enough archive memories. That's not a problem. Like, and even if it wasn't, it wasn't too painful. The stuff you were trashing, I was okay with. But that flipping Vacheron on access number 4 blew my brain. That was mental. Well played. Oh,
it was so good. Those were fun.
Yeah,
those were both really fun games. Right, what are we learning about today? And while you explain, I'm going to take a comfort break.
Oh yeah, good question. Mark, tell me how I did bad.
Why I do the whole classroom session, Catherine? Sharon's going to the comfort break.
Potentially. Which means that we can sneak in some NBN goodness, right? Because that's our last faction, isn't it?
Yeah, there is no Nbn goodness though. There is only evil in this pack.
Perfect. Oh, is it quite a short number of cards?
It's roughly the same number as every other pack.
Yeah, just I felt I'd hit the bottom of them pretty quick there by accident. Cool.
You're right, going great. Yes, 54 cards for the win. Very annoyingly, Sharon actually won the game with 42 cards in her stack, which is more than she should have started with.
The worst part is, right, that means no lessons were learned about cards in deck.
We're up to like week 20 or something now, and ne'er a lesson has been learned. So why start now?
Oh, bugger it! This is fine. It's working. Clearly, that's the problem. It's working.
54 cards in my deck.
54 cards. Didn't use any of them. That's the worst part. Did you see that flipping board state? What were you doing? You had 3 cards out. One of them was a boomerang that didn't even fucking...
Muted himself as well.
I think it's for the best.
I'm okay. I'm not that mad. I'm not that mad. You know what? I think this is probably for the best. That I just sit behind my swearing barrier for a minute and just have some personal time, just to get over what just happened. Cause honestly, Jinteki, seriously, we need to talk. I know what I've done, but the RNG is killing me, mate. So if we could just have a chit chat, that would be great.
First game, Dave. You did pretty well in the first game. I had so many agendas out in my grip. It was ridiculous.
Yeah, that's true. I think I did get.
You really could have won the game if I didn't have divested trust.
Yeah. Interestingly, I quite enjoyed playing against the divested trust because it was a balance for you as well. Like, yeah. I think the first divested trust, good. The second divested trust had to be done for divested trusts to still work, and that was quite interesting. And if it wasn't for the fact that it was a 3-point agenda at the end there would have been a third divested trust, which is 3 points that you've lost, but 6 points that I've lost or lost out
Yeah.
on potentially, and yeah, that's pretty devastating. Yeah, but it was cool. Yeah, it was enjoyable. Don't, 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 don't just sort of promote this behaviour. Yeah, chat. This is
What
not.
do you mean?
It's not helpful saying things like, "Guess I'm gonna have to go put another 10 cards unnecessarily in my decks now because this is clearly
it
old."
unnecessary or is it useful?
I mean, yeah, perhaps.
Well, all I
Seems
can
to be
say
in
is
challenge.
thank you to the person who I was playing against earlier today for stopping me removing cards from my test deck.
Well, by taking too long. We should clarify, they didn't tell you to keep cards in your test deck, did they? They just took so long that you were still playing a test game whilst the stream was starting.
I wasn't even playing my test deck. I was playing a random corp deck because I thought I'd be nice and start a game with someone who was waiting, thinking this can't take more than 25 to 30 minutes. Took so bloody long. But you know what? They were really nice.
Netrunner ever take more than 25 minutes?
Oh. You know what sucks? That it only had nine agenda cards in that. Out of 44 cards, 9 agenda cards, and you hit 2 out of the Project Vacherons. The rest were all 2s and 1s. They were worth little in comparison. Boo. God damn it. Well played. Oh. Caps lonk.
Caps lonk. It's
Okay.
almost like thing to drink. All right.
Remastered
Yes,
edition. We're starting with NBN in the agendas.
Yes, so at the end of a very, very long journey, we have arrived at the last set of cards in the startup card pool. And I would probably, one of, if not the most problematic set, for reasons that I will only moan about several times during the explanation of the cards.
Sharon, it's going to be advantageous agendas. It's got to be, right? That's like his main bugbear at the moment, is if the agenda didn't cost you anything and puts you ahead slightly for scoring it.
You'll have to wait at least 2 cards to see one of those.
I knew it.
Well, that's good because I've got something in the toaster oven that I need to grab, so it will be a good point to go grab it.
Oh.
Okay, without further ado, we're starting off with the Nbn Agendas, and the first one is a very nice innocent card that I have no problems with.
Sure.
It's Remastered Edition, and calling it Remastered Edition is quite amusing because this is a new powered down version of a previous card called AstroScript Pilot Program.
Cool.
AstroScript Pilot Program was one of the most busted cards that have ever been printed. So obviously they couldn't do a like-for-like reprinting of that. They remastered it, and here's the new version. So this is a 4/2, and it says when you score this agenda, not an over advancement ability, just a score ability, place an agenda counter on it, and you can use that hosted agenda counter, not for a click, just in any paid ability window, to place 1 advancement token on an installed card.
That's cool.
It's handy.
So you can score a 3/2 agenda from hand without using a biotic labour, because that 3rd advancement you can just take off Remastered Edition.
Yeah, that's cool.
Now, the old version of that card was a 3/2 that did that.
Oh, wow.
So then you use the token you'd scored to fast advance your next 3/2.
Oh,
and the token
no.
that you get to fast advance your next 3/2.
Oh, no.
Oh.
Wow. It's not was and the previous one I assume wasn't a one per deck. Like a lot of these are controlled, like when they're broken.
It
That's
got errated to one per deck, and then
uh,
it got rotated out.
okay. Fair enough. That's goofy.
Yeah.
Cool.
It's the Astro Train that you might
Astro
hear of sometimes.
script.
Sure.
Astro Script was the card, and that set up the Astro Train. Choo choo.
Choo choo, get on board. So this is a
Okay,
lot more sensible.
let's
Here
move
we
on
go.
to an agenda that pays for itself. it's Bologna. And not only does it pay for itself, but as an additional cost to steal, the runner must pay 5 credits.
It's always a swing of 5 credits in the corp's favour, no matter whose side this turns up on, right?
Correct. Runner corp scores, steals it. Corp scores it, gains the 5 credits back they've just spent on it. Runner steals it, they've had to lose 5 credits in order to do so, which could set them up nicely for a punitive counter-strike, or at the very least is going to set them back somewhat.
Sure.
It does work with Fencer Fueno, our Narwhal companion.
Cool.
If we, because these credits would be credits after a successful run, so if you've managed to save up 3 on there, that can offset the cost. But otherwise, it's just very difficult to steal. And pays for itself when you score it. Having either one of those abilities would probably be enough for this to see play. Having both of them means that it's usually in every NBN deck.
Yep. Baloney.
Quite.
Sure.
Moving on to assets.
Hey.
Next, we've got tiered subscription. It is a 0-cost card, 3 to trash. It's an advertisement for the very rare occasions that matters, and it simply says, the first time each turn a run begins, the card gains a credit.
Cool.
So each cycle you'll get 2 credits.
If you have 2 of them, you would get 2 credits, yes, because these do stack.
Sorry. No,
Yeah.
sorry, I misinterpreted to turn.
The corp doesn't gain cash every turn anyway, unless they got something in the way.
The runner can only run on their own turn.
No, got it.
Apart from
when they don't.
You can't refuse, which is not valid anymore, much to the rules lawyers' distress.
Sure.
But yeah, it's just a little. The theme of these cards that we're going to come on to soon is that you're in a kind of Ready Player One virtual world where everything costs you to do anything.
Cool.
So in this case, just the simple act of making a run, you have to earns the corp money.
Oh, okay. Because you might run out of premium cash in order to continue playing the game. Sure.
On that note, here's Daily Quest. So it's a 1 res asset, 3 to trash for the corp, but it has some very unusual wording. First of all, you can only res it during your action phase. In other words, you can only res it during your turn. You can't do the shenanigans of that you normally do, leave it to the start of your turn and res it just before you need it. You can only res this during your turn. If the runner makes a successful run on the server, i.e. completes their daily quest, they gain 2 credits. But when the corp's turn begins, if the runner did not complete their daily quest, then they gain 3 credits.
So you put out 3 of these, and you you could potentially, if the runner's not willing to pay to trash them, because the runner sees this as like 1 click for 2 credits, you could spank away clicks from the runner because they feel the need to make their daily quests. This is kind of psychologically mean, and because if they don't, you gain 3, which
You'd only leave 1 because it says whenever the runner makes a successful run, not the first time the runner makes a successful run.
Okay.
Yeah, but you want 3 out because that way they have to make individual runs against the servers in order to turn off the when your turn begins part of it, which gets turned off on the first one, right? Otherwise, yes, you're giving them 1 click for 2 creds as an option, but if you have if you've gone like NBN in space and you've gone wide with this, then you could, if they decide to spend their clicks on running against your asset that they think is there, you could end up with 9 credits at the start of your turn. So they kind of have to deal.
No, nice.
So you never put this out naked, because that would be, or you certainly never res it naked, because that would just be, as Sharon says, a cash cow for the runner. If it is behind a cheap piece of ice, then the runner has to evaluate whether they should just run in to access it, turn it off for you, but leave it on the table, or whether they should trash it. That'll obviously cost them an extra 3 credits. Usually, it will be trashed the first time they get there, unless they can't afford it, of course.
Yeah.
But thematically speaking, I think it's a beautiful card.
Yeah.
That you either the corp is presenting the opportunity for the runner to make money, but if not, they're going to make money.
And it's not worth it if it costs the runner more than 2 credits to make money.
Well, no, there are very, there are scenarios where you can effectively run for free if you were able to install a Boomerang for free, but that's a contrived situation to get there. If you had bad publicity, if you were paying stealth credits, but yeah, more often than not, you're just going to trash it.
Yeah. Cool. That's cool.
Next up, we're on to the ice section, and here's a weird piece of ice. It's congratulations. It's like a pop-up window, except a bit different. So, when the runner passes this piece of ice, you gain 1. So that bit is very much like pop-up window. The subroutine is different though. It is if you don't break it, the runner actually gains a credit from it, but the corp gains 2 credits from it. So you have to decide then as a runner whether you want to use it to actually gain money by running through it, but each time you do, the corp will gain 3 credits compared to your 1.
Sure.
So it's a bizarre choice. It doesn't seem much play, frankly, because it doesn't stop anything, and the runner is likely to break it rather than give the corp a 2 credit advantage every time. But it's an interesting idea.
Cool.
Do you think if the values were more, it would see more play?
Oh, were more for who?
Like, if it said when the runner passes this ice, gain 3 credits, and gain 3 credits, and the runner gains 4 credits, say, if they pass it.
Possibly. It's interesting. I'm not an expert on the balancing of cards. If the corp was going to gain 3-4 credits every time it gets passed, then sure, that makes it more appealing to them, but it just makes it more likely that the runner's going to break it.
There haven't ever been any X equals X plus 1 cards, have there? Where you can increase the amount of cash that you get off of things that give you cash. That sort of shenanigans.
I don't think so.
Okay, cool.
Dave, I've just looked on the stream. What's this anime thing going on?
This is the congratulations section of Evangelion. It's famous for being an annoying congratulations motif that just goes on and on unnecessarily, and has a penguin saying congratulations halfway through as well. He sounds like this. Yes, obviously. Congratulations. Cool.
There we go.
Ding. There we go. Right. Okay. Grat sounds cool.
Here's another piece of ice, and I don't know whether we've seen this type of ice before. I mean, it occurs a lot in standard, but not so much in startup. This is a trap piece of ice. Trap ice doesn't have any subroutines, any subtypes.
Yeah.
So the only ice you can break a trap with is an AI breaker or a boomerang or something like that. However, when it does fire, it trashes itself, so you can only use it once.
Right.
So this is 3 to res for the corp. It's a 3 strength for the runner, and it has 2 subroutines. The first one says end the run unless the runner pays 2. Well, sure, but they can either pay. They can have. If they can't break it, they can pay the 2. So it doesn't happen. It very rarely ends the run. And then the second one says, reveal the top 3 cards of the stack. Add one of those cards to the grip, and the corp gains credits equal to the install or play cost of that card, and then the runner shuffles the stack.
What?
Yeah. So it's essentially saying that the runner wins something out of it, they get something out of the loot box,
Yeah.
but the corp gets a credit advantage equal to the install or play cost of whatever that card was.
Because
So
they've
the
paid
corp
for the
always
loot
wins
box.
anyway.
Right. Oh,
And
that's.
it's trying to mechanically replicate the nonsense of loot boxes.
I mean, that's very flavourful and pretty successful, I think.
I think so.
Yeah.
Cool.
Pay your money, get your prize. The corp always wins. Seems sensible.
Yep, 0 to res. Wonderful.
Yeah.
The final cherry on the cake is the corp chooses what the runner wins, so that it maximises benefit for the corp.
Yeah, of course, because the number of loot boxes I've opened and it's been full of balls is is too many to count now. So yeah, cool. It's very, very on theme. Yeah, very balls. Cool. Oh my
Speaking of
god.
balls, let's go on to a card that's banned in standard.
Gold farmers, they should be banned in every game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
On first look, it's very innocent. It's a 1 strength barrier that costs the corp 3 credits to res. And you're like, why the heck would I pay 3 credits for this when I can pay 1 credit for an ice wall? And then you read it in more detail, and it says, whenever the runner breaks a subroutine on this ice, they lose a credit.
Oof.
Or in other words,
I mean,
it costs them
fantastic.
plus 1 credit to break all the subroutines.
Sure.
So if they want to break, well, even with whichever breaker they want, Corroder, Corroder would cost them 4. Cleaver, the most efficient, would still cost them 3.
Oh yeah.
So it's costing them a big old chunk of money every time they break it. And the key word that they lose a credit rather than it costs them 1 more is important for reasons that will become clear shortly.
What's
But let's have a look at the subroutines as well.
Yeah.
They are not hard end the runs. They are end the run unless the runner pays 3 credits.
Pays who?
So, again, getting into the theme of the corp always winning, the runners, the ice is saying, yeah, you can come past me, you just have to pay for that privilege. So the runner would have to pay 6 credits if they didn't to not break it,
Sure.
or they have to pay 4 credits, or usually 4 credits if they do want to break it. Either way, it is extremely expensive for a card that only costs the corp 3 credits to res.
Mm. Mm. Sure. Why the difference between lose and pays?
Well, that's what we'll go on to when we see the reason for that.
Oh, okay, cool. So it's not that pays is a choice and lose is a forced or anything like that. There's a reason.
I think it's because
Sure.
lose is from your from your account, your credit account, and pays you could pay from events or overclock or other things. Is that right, Mark?
Ah,
That is also true. I'm not sure that's the only reason for it, but that is true. You can't lose money from overclock. You can
yeah.
only lose money from your credit pool, but you can pay money from overclock. So that is a distinction for sure.
Gotcha. That's pretty
Next up is F2P, free to play,
cool.
as we know.
Yeah.
It
Nice.
is a 4 to res, 5 strength sentry. Those are pretty good numbers. And this has a strange ability, kind of like a Bioroid. So what this says at the top is, for 2 credits, whether you've got the right icebreaker, whether you've interface and not ignoring all of that, if you pay 2 credits, you can break 1 subroutine on this ice. Only the runner can use this ability, thankfully.
Pay gating.
And only if they are not tagged.
These cards are so good.
Yeah. So, in some cases, paying those 4 credits or paying 2 credits twice would be cheaper than it would be to boost your Sentry Breaker up to Strength 5 and break 2 subroutines. But breaking subroutines using the 2 credit ability is not the same thing as breaking them with an icebreaker. Again, for reasons that are going to become clear very shortly.
Cool.
But it's a pretty good, solid sentry piece of ice just because of the numbers on it.
Yep.
Now let's look at a very problematic card.
Yeah.
GameNet, where dreams are real. And this is obviously the world that you're operating in, where all these cards are existing.
17.
It's a 45 card ID. It's 17 influence, so more influence than usual. And its ability, whenever, not the first time,
Yep.
whenever a corp card ability causes the runner to spend or lose a credit during a run, you gain a credit.
But it is only 1 credit, even if you've spanked 5 credits on one thing. It's when it trips, not for every credit that it trips for.
Correct. But, for example, Gold Farmer, you lose a credit for each subroutine you break. So you lose 1 credit twice, means GameNet gains 2 credits.
It's a 4 credit swing.
If the runner chooses to use the 2 credit ability on F2P, that is not using their breakers, that is using a corp card ability, so it generates the GameNet 2 credits.
Yeah.
If they run into an Afshar, the card that Sharan had on HQ earlier, that loses the corp 2 credits, loses the runner 2 credits, well, it gains GameNet a credit. And it is not first time per turn. It is every time this happens. So, why is this a problem? Well, all GameNet will do is set up big servers with lots of pieces of ice that all generate themselves money, and then they'll durdle around and say, if you want to pay 10 credits and earn me 7 credits for running on this server, I'll let you do that.
Yeah, sure, I'll give you an agenda. It's right there. I've resed it before advancing it because I'm a jester. Oh no, wait, you can't res. You can't just res agendas, can you? Just to show that
No.
it's there and then keep advancing it, can you?
No. So
Oh.
all the decks that play this are slow, durdly glacier decks that then just put usually only put 7 agendas in there, which would be the minimum amount to make it up to 20 agenda points,
Uh-huh.
and 3 punitive counter strikes, and 3 archive memories, and say, how on earth are you going to get into my servers to steal my agendas without
Sure.
putting yourself in a situation where you're going to get punitived? Now, in the standard card pool, it's held somewhat in check because you can play Apocalypse and just blow up everything.
Uh-huh.
You have Ice Destruction that can keep trashing the main offenders, like Gold Farmer before it was banned, and like F2P, and like Tollbooth, and like all these other cards that generate all the money. And it can be extremely grindy if you don't have those cards in your deck, but those cards are popular enough such that um, GameNet doesn't become a very popular card in the meta at the moment. It has been a very popular card in the meta in the past, particularly before Gold Farmer got banned.
I do love Jess's comment that 2020 saw some incredibly long and unbelievably dull GameNet games.
Absolutely. In Startup, your only fight back option against GameNet is if you play Chisel, so that you can do the same ice destruction technologies and trash things like Gold Farmer because it isn't banned in Startup. So
Chisel it is then.
if I'm really reluctant to tell you to this, but we're here now. So if someone is playing GameNet, they are essentially unbeatable unless you were playing Chisel. Ergo, in an actual startup organized play event, you have to play Chisel because it's the only way you'll beat GameNet.
Yeah.
And therefore, say goodbye to any meta variety. There are other problems in the startup organized play that I won't go into, and some people will say that's because startup wasn't designed for organized play. It's just supposed to be designed for fun. But inevitably, people will play for fun for so long, and then they'll say, "Well, why don't we make it into an event?" And very, very quickly, the fun is removed from the startup
Stops being
format
fun.
when you get into a competitive meta, because the best decks, well, it's already a solved meta. We know you can't beat GameNet unless you're playing Ice Destruction.
Interesting.
Anyway, enough of that negativity.
Ha!
Let's look at some weird cards because the operations and updates from this point and upgrades, sorry, are nothing if not weird.
Sure.
So next up we've got Focus Group. It's a 3-cost operation. And it says play only if the runner made a successful run during their last turn. Okay, they've made a successful run. What do you do then? You choose a card type. So program or event or hardware or resource. And then the runner reveals their grip. Based on what the runner has revealed, you may pay X to place X advancement tokens on an installed card, where X is equal to or less than the number of revealed cards of that chosen type.
God, that's a gamble, isn't it?
It
And an
certainly is.
expensive gamble.
But if you're combining that with Engram Flush and some of the other cards we've looked at that show you what's in the runner's hand, and you can keep a note of that, a mental or physical note keeping is allowed in Netrunner. When you can get to a point where you know, or you have a very good idea what's in their hand, and you have the extra advantage that the runner can't hide any information, runner's cards going in the heap go face up, then potentially in for 3 credits and 1 click, you can place 5 advancement counters on 1 card. If they happen to have all 5 of the same type in their hand. More realistically, you're probably going to get 2 or
credits.
3
8 credits,
advancements.
8 credits to pay 5, right? To place 5, because you're still paying X credits on top.
Sure, yeah.
You are, yeah.
Okay.
Or more than likely, you're going to be able to do. You're going to be spending maybe 5 or 6 credits to place 2 or 3 advancements in 1 click. But the advantage, obviously, to the corp is that they're doing it as 1 click.
Yeah.
It creates scenarios where you can score a 4-2 or a 5-3 directly from your hand.
Yep.
The limiting factor to it is that it doesn't sort of gain you clicks that you can then do what you want with, like something like Biotic Labour would. You have to place those advancements. So you place that agenda on the board because you want to fast advance it, and then you whiff, and there's just an agenda on the board that you can't do much with.
You may have installed Naked on a whim, right? Just because
somehow you've completely misremembered what was in the runner's hand. You very smugly put it on the board, then go, whoops, I've named the wrong type.
I've named the wrong thing. Oh, shit. Yeah. There's no undo click on that.
Yes, who's going to make that mistake?
So it's an interesting idea. It doesn't see much play, but I'm okay with these interesting cards that don't see much play because they're a fun thing that someone's going to play at some point, and you just have to take your cap off to them that it's worked out the way they wanted.
They're not game breaking yet until they are, right? So
exactly.
Yeah. Cool.
Speaking of game breaking, here's Game Over. It's an illicit operation. It costs 4 credits. That's even more money. And you can only play it if the runner stole an agenda during their last turn. But if they did, what are you going to do in this reprisal attack? You're going to choose a runner card type, and then they're going to trash all the cards of that type, except icebreakers, because that would be too stupid.
Yep.
And
no.
Yes. The runner may prevent any of those cards from being trashed, but they have to pay 3 credits for each one they don't want to wave goodbye to.
Wait, sorry, they have to pay.
Wrong.
They have to pay, right?
They have to pay. They have to pay.
Okay. For every card, they have to pay.
Yes.
Ooh. Gross.
I'd be like throwing my agendas out for you to steal, Dave. I'd be like, go on.
Just say sayonara, board state. Have a 3-1.
Yeah. Except if the runner's doing like you did in your game, Sharon, and running with 3 random cards on the board, and it's like, so what? What am I going to trash here?
I needed those cards, Mark, okay? I needed them.
Enraging.
Wow. But you take a bad publicity.
You do take a bad publicity. And then you res a Roughneck Repair Squad and remove that bad publicity. And
Get rid of it.
Yeah. Yep.
Cool.
Now we've got sync rerouting. And this is the NBN lockdown. The last one we've seen. We briefly saw the neutral lockdown played earlier until Sharon changed her mind. This is the NBN one to complete the set. So, as always, it's free to play. This time it's 3 to trash. Some of the others are 4 to trash. But this one, play only if there is no active lockdown. Lockdown stay in play until the start of the corp's next turn. And this one says, whenever a run begins during this turn, the runner must either pay 4 credits or take a tag. So they either choose to make no run during that turn, or they take a lot of tags, or a number of tags, or they spend a lot of credits.
I just want to remind myself, so it's add 1 installed, run a card to the grip, and give the runner a tag. So if they took a tag instead of paying the cash because they don't want you to have the cash, they can't then get through your free-to-plays because they've taken a tag, so they've got that tag already, and there's no window for them to get rid of it. The old-fashioned way.
Old-fashioned way.
Strength 5, sure. Cool. Wow, sync rerouting. Okay, gross.
Yep. Moving on. The
DRM.
last of the operations is DRM. Some of my favourite artwork, with the book disappearing down the paywall. It costs 1 credit.
Sure.
And it says, play only if the runner did not make a successful run on HQ during their last turn.
Huh.
One of the most specific and unusual play criteria that you will come across.
Yeah.
Not that they didn't make a successful run, not that they didn't initiate a run, that they didn't make a successful run on HQ. If they didn't, you may search R&D for an agenda and reveal it, and add that agenda to your HQ. And then you do some mind games because you install a card from HQ into a remote server.
Sure.
Doesn't have to be the agenda you've just brought to hand, but it can be.
When it says in the root of a remote server,
That's,
does that mean limited to assets, agendas, and upgrades?
Yes. So it's not ICE, in other words. Root of a server is terminology that's already out of date. So it was still in play when this, say, released the Ashes cycle, but by the time we've got to Gateway and Update, they've retired that terminology, and it would just, if it was printed now, it would just say install in a remote server.
Got it.
Would it say you except for ice in that case, in order to preserve the effect, or?
Because there's still a difference between being in a server and protecting a server.
Gotcha. Okay, sure.
The root used to refer to, like HQ and R&D. An upgrade on a central server would be in the root, whereas the cards were in the server.
Sure.
But I think, someone's going to correct me here, I think they just decided that was too complicated.
Yep.
So they just said they're in the server, or they're protecting the server. There's no other state.
Sure, and you can see that difference between the card text on the card artwork there and the text that's in NDB, because NDB mentions the root, but it doesn't mention anything about the root on the actual card.
Yeah,
which is cool.
Okay, but the important thing at the bottom of this card is you cannot score agendas for the remainder of the turn. So that is Worlds 2019. I forgot that in a game and let my opponent just fast track out an agenda.
Oh no!
The game. But luckily, I was very much on the fun tables by then, so it didn't make any difference.
Cool.
That sucks.
Still,
yeah, you've got to remember that bit. As both a runner and a corp, it isn't a tool to just say and score a hostile takeover. It means you can bring it to hand, you can install it, but you have to wait till next turn.
Yeah, you can't be like, DRM, get on the train, choo choo.
Yeah.
That would be the worst.
Would be. Would be.
Cool.
2 cards left. One of them is largely inconsequential. One Dave's going to like, I predict.
Do?
And Sharon might like, who knows? Next up, we've got increased drop rates. It's an ambush. So it doesn't have to be rezzed or even installed to be useful.
Ooh.
It's 0 to res, it's 2 to trash, and it says, if the runner accesses this from R&D, they must reveal it.
Cool.
When the runner accesses this card, whether it be in R&D, installed on the board, or even from archives, it fires in every location.
Cool.
The corp may remove a bad publicity unless the runner takes a tag instead.
Oh! You just chuck this into archives, right? And then every time the runner wants to freely check out archives in order to grab something else, like charge up their conduit runs, they end up removing one of your bad publicities that you've got from flipping, what was it? Oh yeah, game over, or they take a tag.
Yes.
And they do that for every drop rate in archives? Yeah.
Yes.
Cool.
But so it's a nice idea.
It does require them to access the archives. Yeah.
It requires them to have bad publicity. And other than your game over there, I don't think there's any other cards within NBN that give you bad publicity. Usually bad publicity is a Wayland thing. So then you've got to say, well, is this worth the influence in my Wayland deck? And unfortunately, it usually isn't.
Yeah.
But I have seen it see some play where, exactly as you say, they want to poison archives early to discourage any runs there. And they'll also, because it's an upgrade, you can put it in your scoring server, you can put it in one of your central servers, and every time the runner wants to do what they have to do to win the game, then they'll remove a bad publicity for you. So
unless they decide to then poison the archives afterwards to get rid of it from that server by paying to.
Yeah. Just completely salt the earth. Just kill every server, and
seems pretty cool.
No one can run anywhere.
Yeah, seems pretty cool. And then finally, ganked.
Finally, a card with an exclamation mark, so you know it's going to be fun. It's ganked.
Excellent.
Ganked is another ambush. It's 3 to res, and it's 3 to trash. And whilst the runner is accessing it, they must reveal it.
Oh.
When the runner accesses this card, you may trash it to force the runner to encounter a rezzed piece of ice protecting this server. So if they've just gone very poor to get in, to steal your agenda, to trash your asset, whatever it might be, and then they say, and now I'll access the next card, and you say, oh, it's a ganked, you're going to have to re-encounter that tier that's in front of this server, or that Tyson Town.
Ganked doesn't have to be rezzed in order to fire, does it? Because it's an ambush as an upgrade. Oh, gross.
So it sits in the server, all innocent-like. You're hoping it's not a manigam. You're hoping it's not an anoetic. They don't res it. You laugh and go, "Ha-ha! I'm into the server now." And then it's a ganked. And then you've got no credits, and you're in big trouble.
So they choose which card to access in which order, though, don't they?
Mm-hmm.
Which means that their run is going to be successful because they'll go for the other card first. They have to at that point, right? Unless they're envisioning paying some money to get rid of an upgrade, and not an upgrade, an asset. Oh yeah, okay, cool. So there is every good chance that they'll access ganked first.
It has come down to games before where the runner's got 2 cards in the corp's got 2 cards in the remote, and if they choose the correct one first, it'll be an agenda that they'll steal and win the game.
Yep.
But if they choose ganked first, they'll encounter a piece of ice that they can't break and it'll kill them. And it'll
Oh,
come down to a coin flip of which card do you want to access first in the remote.
that's a lot of fun.
It's particularly nasty if you remember. I think it was only last week when we were talking about Lithian SA. If you're encountering a piece of ice that says it gained something till the end of the run,
Mm-hmm.
and then you ganked it, you encounter it again, and it's still got the subroutines that it had from the first time you encountered it.
So it gains
So if you
them
remember,
again.
we talked about the most probably common form of this is Brainstorm, which we mentioned at the same time.
Yeah.
So if you encounter Brainstorm with 5 cards in your hand, it gets 5 subroutines saying do 1 brain damage. If you then get ganked onto Brainstorm, it gains another 5 subroutines
So
that
much
say
brain
do 1
damage.
brain damage. And you either pay 10 credits or whatever it might be to break 10 subroutines, or you get brain damage to death.
Oh my god.
That pain, that painful.
Also works quite nicely with Bologna. So after they've paid the 5 credits to steal the Bologna, then they access this and say, oh, I can't afford to break whatever you're going to gank me into now.
Oh, Brainstorm is not in our card pool though, is it?
Fortunately not, it is it's a standard card, not a startup card.
Sure.
I don't think there are any cards in startup that gain subroutines on encounter so that they would do something like that, but I'm sure someone will correct me if I'm wrong.
Yeah. It's mostly just gain it if it's in front of the right server in this, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. Cool.
But of course, it does. Cards with encounter abilities, you do have to re-encounter them again, I think. Yes. So you would have to go through that encounterability again.
Oh yeah. Yep. It's also reasonable to stick it in front of a Bioroid that they were happily clicking through up until this point, because now it's cost them more clicks than they've got. Yeah, this is so strong.
And also, I forgot what I was going to say, so it can't have been that important. There was another use case that I thought of, but I can't remember what it was. Fine.
Incredible.
And with that, we have completed the entire startup card pool in just, 18 easy weeks?
Easy.
Super. It was brilliant.
Oh.
I might have to get myself like some ridiculous garment to celebrate the fact.
Like a special hat.
Like a fashionable jumpsuit.
Oh, like a netrunner, a net running jumpsuit.
Silk jumpsuit, yeah, something like that.
Yeah.
I've just bought recently a new Netrunner t-shirt from redbubble.com.
Have you?
Yeah, so
And to show us?
Celebratorial t-shirt.
possibly. But Redbubble just do things made to order, of course. So they may be able to do designs or some Netrunner designs onto a jumpsuit for you. I don't know.
Oh my! And how long did that take to come through? Because if it can't get here in the next 2 days, then it's not worth it.
I don't think it'll be here in 2 days. I think it takes up to like a week or something. But my order, it said like can take up to 11 days, and then came in like 3. So it was pretty fast. But
That's pretty good.
That's speedy. Yeah.
Whoa. So what's the homework for the? Should I say next week?
Well,
NBN by
so
the looks of it, right?
there is homework, but it's not conventional homework. Obviously, at this point, usually I would be saying you've got to go and make an NBN deck. You may go and bring an NBN deck if you want to, but next week's stream will be the Series 2 finale, where we're having the first official Team Squared Startup GNK. Full startup card pool available. I imagine everyone will be playing GameNet based on what I've said tonight. And
How do I beat GameNet?
yeah, so we'll be playing head to head, face to face, in real life, with a completely gonzo stream off Sharon's phone.
Yes.
Horrible audio quality, no focus, but all the Netrunner you can handle.
I'm looking forward to it.
Very shaky as well. Let's not forget that.
Oh gosh, yes, yeah. I'll bring a stand, but that's all I'm promising this time. After my PC pooed itself last time, we don't want a repeat of that. So this time I'll just promise a stand for the phone, and we'll do it from that.
Right.
But this all depends on it having good internet connection. And as you were joking about, which struck a knife in my heart, there's poor Wi-Fi and poor 4G, poor 5G, nothing. There's nothing where we're going.
I don't choose the back end of nowhere to go to for these things. Next time.
I'm sure they must have internet in Surrey. Come on,
deepest, darkest Surrey. It's like Atlantis down there.
Well, you'd think they'd have internet just outside Bath, but what were we facing last time?
True.
A dodgy router, allegedly.
Yeah.
Didn't have internet installed. There was no router.
Sartorial provincial life was what we were facing. Nice walks in the countryside. Yeah, open fires, peacefulness. None of this bright lights and filth of the city. No, fresh air, rude health, the lot. But instead, we stayed inside and played card games under a torchlight.
And the EE shop in Bath had a record sales month.
Made a killing.
They did, didn't they? And honestly, I would just give them all the praise because they were fantastic. Absolutely brilliant.
Shill. We've still got that just in case, right?
We've got one. No, we must have two. But I cancelled the Sims, so...
Cool. Okay. Well, we will have to set it up and get it working ahead of time, and then yeah.
Yeah, famous last words.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Anyway, we need to spend some time actually planning our holiday for the rest of the evening, and we're not going to do that on the stream. So we're going to say thank you very much for everyone who's joined us tonight and joined us for the series so far, and hope you can join us to see the finale next week.
Yeah, looking forward to it.
Thank you very much, everybody, and good night.
Bye-bye!
Good night.